Dr. House, this is Dr. Kelly Benedict, your new fellow.
Nice to meet you. I just finished my psychiatry residency at St. Jude's, and I loved studying the mind, but I thought it could make more of a difference, or at least...
Man, you're hot. I mean, seriously.
30-year-old female.
I know what you're thinking. She looks like Cameron, and he's hired her solely to sleep with her.
No, none of us were thinking.
Well, you should have, but you'd be foolishly wrong. Yes, he's been dating at a near Clooney pace recently. But at this point, the only hole he's trying to fill is the one in his soul, which means it's the emotional connection with Cameron that he misses. Did you ever marry a dying man, and if so, did you freeze his sperm?
Okay, so Cameron's his ex, but sperm...
She's not like Cameron.
Then why'd you make her wear Cameron's clothes?
No, I'm wearing my own
30-year-old female, severe vomiting and abdominal pain, preceded by 3 days of moderate pain, slightly elevated LFT.
Could be lead poisoning.
If I know Dr. Shammerin, and I think I do, she'll want this chance for a little stuff strutting.
Okay. Hepatitis A.
Serologies are negative.
Right. Appendicitis.
It hasn't ruptured by now? It's hepatic fibrosis.
At the risk of having foreman snark at me, too, lead poisoning could also work.
Liver angiogram to check for fibrosis. Search the home for heavy metals. What's your position on the legality of illegal break-ins?
That's more of a second week type activity. We'll do the angiogram. I'll meet you in radiology, 3rd floor. She was nervous. Give her a break. Oh. And she's not like Cameron.
True. Cameron had much smaller breasts. By which I mean she was smarter.
I'm not hiding anything. I just got the days wrong. I worked in Trenton on Tuesday. I worked in Summit on Monday. I guess it slipped my mind.
Breaking 8 ribs? That slipped your mind, too?
You know, I was on the cycling team when I was at UMass. Well, during training, I fell off my bike right onto a sprinkler head.
Why didn't you tell us?
It was 10 years ago. I didn't think it could be related to my stomach problems.
We're gonna need to see the records from the operation.
You think it is related?
The strange stuff we found in your liver, it's probably hepatic fibrosis, but it could also just be a screw-up from the old surgery.
The operation was done at the University Hospital. Hopefully they still have the records.
I called UMass. There's no record of any surgery for Margaret.
You use her maiden name?
No, Kelly knows nothing about the concept of married names. It wasn't covered in her psychiatry residency.
Margaret was never even registered at the university.
Call the other hospitals in the area.
Done nothing. So I ran her social security number through one of those websites. Her number matches her name, but she's got no credit history until 3 years ago. And based on her number, she was born around 1945. She stole someone's identity.
Supraventricular tachycardia, 150 BPM.
You got a massage?
Not responding.
Get the adenosine.
Right already. Get the pacemaker. We can overdrive her.
Dorothy. Dorothy, dear. It's Aunt M, darling.
What's wrong with me?
Well, on the one hand, you've got some mysterious heart and tummy problems. On the other, you look great for a 65-year-old. So who are you? And no, that's not some weird Canadian pronunciation of how.
They're saying you changed your identity. What are they talking about, Margaret?
I don't know.
Well, it falls in the obviously stupid lie category, which you're familiar with from the one you told us about your bike accident. You thought we'd never check?
5 years ago, I was married.
Who was he?
Just a guy. I met him in high school. He was older. He used to get jealous. Do drugs.
Those broken bones?
He would tell me to take off all my clothes so he could inspect me. Then he would hit me. I got a restraining order, ran away, but he found me anyway. That's when he broke my ribs. So I moved away again to Arizona. Came back from work one day, and he'd broken in, fed pesticides to my dog, killed her. I bought a dead woman's identity, changed my name, moved here.
Is this related to why you were in Trenton yesterday?
There's a support group for abused women at Trenton General. I go a lot.
What's his name?
Please don't do this. I don't.
Just tell me.
Carl.
Carl what?
This is why I didn't tell you. Because if you go confront him, he'll kill you.
Well, I got another name you can tell us instead. Yours.
It's Jenny.
Hey, baby. Hey, I'm not getting mad. I'm just trying to understand you here. If there's no meeting like you talked about at Trenton General, you see, it turns out that...
The turnout, it's been turned. It's turning.
What?
It's turning.
Hey.
The turnout.
Hey.
It's turning.
You're going to burn. What's happening to her?
It's hit her brain. Whatever it is.
Opacity in the left temporal lobe.
It could be nothing.
Get us nowhere. So let's assume it's something. What kind of something?
Abscess.
Or lymphoma or Wegener's. You'd have to biopsy it to be sure. Any of them could explain all of the symptoms.
You know, we're assuming everything is connected.
Because it probably is.
But her delusions are consistent with mental illness. Bipolar disease, for example. She's 30. It could be hitting her right now for the first time.
So her mind just happens to fall apart right after her body. Oh, I thought I was having a bad week.
I know it sounds coincidental.
You know what?
It's...
I'm back to the Cameron theory. But you hired the dumb version of Cameron so that you could fire her and get revenge.
Give her a break.
Will you switch sides? Let me guess. Chase represents the dumb version of 13.
I realize if we all just keep pressuring Kelly, of course she's gonna get stuff wrong. It's irresponsible of me to let that happen.
You are a true leader of men. Get someone to cut into her head, give me a biopsy.
Still hallucinating.
Can you hear me? What are you looking at?
The table, it's on fire.
If it was, think I'd be able to do this? Without screaming for my mommy?
Thank you.
Don't be too impressed. It's mostly the happy pills you put her on. She can talk to us now. The obviously stupid lie you told us about your hospital records turns out to have been unobviously unstupid. You thought you wouldn't get caught. Because you thought that you'd be cured and back home by the time we spoke to the other hospital. Because you knew what was wrong with you. Your doctor was treating you with risperidone, right? That's why you were in Trenton. You got the stomach pain, you went to see him, he wanted you to taper off.
Her doctor is not in Trenton.
Not the one you know about, if you haven't figured it out by now. Your wife has a secret.
What the hell's he talking about? It's about your ex?
The ex was not so much a secret, more of a lie. You weren't married before, were you?
I'm sorry, I didn't want you to know about it.
Know about what?
She's sick. She's been sick for years. Maybe it put you on the streets. Maybe that's where you got the broken bones. She's only suffering from one condition. Everything else is side effects of the drug that was treating it. She stopped taking the drug, the side effects faded, but the underlying disease is still there. Why don't you tell your husband?
Billy, I'm schizophrenic.